I told him no, but that I mourned deeply for the version of me who had always sought their approval. 3 days later, my sister posted a picture of herself on the beach with a drink in her hand, writing that you don't need a cruise to enjoy life, just people who truly love you. My father commented, "Proud of you," while dozens of relatives liked her supposed maturity. I decided that emotional distance wasn't enough. I needed physical distance. Without telling anyone except my husband, I started looking for houses in another state. I found a beautiful property in Austin, 8 hours away. It wasn't a mansion, but it had a huge yard where my daughter could play without her grandmother's constant nagging. Meanwhile, my mother called again, this time with a tone of feigned sympathy, saying that everyone had gotten over the misunderstanding and that it was time to rebuild the family bond. I understood the code. They were running out of money and needed me to unfreeze the accounts. The move was quick and quiet. The day the trucks hauled away the last of our belongings, my sister called me in a panic because the new owner of the car I'd sold was contacting her to get her things out. I told her there was nothing more to discuss and hung up. I blocked her numbers and shut down my social media accounts. When we arrived at our new house in Austin, I felt like I could finally breathe. No more 3 a.m. emergency calls about financial problems that weren't mine. No more hurtful comparisons. No more contempt disguised as advice. Months later, I learned from a distant cousin that my parents had to sell their house and move to a small apartment because they couldn't afford it without my help. My sister had to get 2 jobs for the first time in her life. It hurt a little, but then I remembered the cake on the floor and the expired candy for my daughter. I understood that boundless generosity only creates parasites, and that my true family were the people who valued me when I had nothing to offer but my company. Today, my daughter is growing up in a home filled with real love, far from the toxicity that nearly consumed my life. The family war ended because I decided to stop fighting and simply left.